everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I thought I would be doing kind of a review of a very precious piece I recently got. It's actually the Ava bodysuit by the brand Adina Reay. For those who don't know, Adina Reay is a full bust luxury brand. Their size range goes from a 20DD to a 30-6G if I'm not mistaken. The piece I'm gonna show you today is from one of their very first collections. So at the time they didn't do the 28 band, and so the piece I will feature today is actually available from a 30DD to a 36G. Nonetheless, I think it's honestly a great piece. It's very luxurious and it's very unique for the full bust industry. Like honestly, the full bust industry has evolved so much, and now we have great pieces of lingerie. Honestly, we have great bodysuits, and like I can't complain. But we only have a few brands, I'd say, like even maybe a couple of brands that at the moment have this level of luxury for pieces that are not like, you know, the regular bra and panty sets. I cannot blame the industry completely for that, because these kind of pieces are definitely pricey and not everyone will invest in them. So having a huge and wide size range might not be the best business decision. Anyway, let's get into the review, because I think this piece deserves to be shown and talked about. I got a 30G, which is my regular size right now. I'd say lately my breasts have been messing with me, so I would say half of the month I'm probably more a 30DD. But honestly, I have started wearing Adina Reay 30G size when I was still a 30DD in the past, so I thought it might still work, and honestly I think it does. My breast might be a bit fuller now, but it still does a great job at supporting it and just making a flattering impression of my body. Hopefully you can see it. It's honestly gorgeous. It's really hard for me to show it like that just because it's a horizontal format, but it has the cutest shade of pink. The silhouette is just so pretty. So this bodysuit is made of stretchy silk. I don't know if you can tell, but the color is so lush. It's honestly one of my favorite shade of pink. It's just gorgeous, and as you can see, it features a nice shimmery embroidery with roses. And basically the bodysuit, if I had to name the color, I'd call it rose gold, just because with this, you know, metallic accent on the embroidery and the nice, you know, shiny look of the silk, it just, I don't know, it just gives me rose gold vibes. It's also gives me vintage Jean-Paul Gaultier meets Marie Antoinette kind of vibes. I don't know, I really like the aesthetics of this bodysuit. Honestly, I'm living for the details of the construction. If you look closely, I don't know if you can tell, but it has some folds here at the cup, and also here just at the underbust, in the underbust area, just like this nice band of silk that really marks the waist. It's very flattering. I really enjoy the construction of this piece, and just, you know, the embroidery inserts at the side, it just gives a nice shape to the hips and just the overall silhouette of the body. It's honestly very well thought out, and you have kind of a fake bunning on the side. I wouldn't call it bunning because it's actually, I don't think it is. It's mostly some reinforcement and gives structure to this piece. At the back, you have like the regular bra type of hooks and eyes for closure, and you also have here, something I really like, it's kind of the continuity of the silk band at the waist, but you can actually adjust it. There are 2 settings, so you can make it a little tighter if you wish, but for me, the loosest setting works perfectly. The hardware is gold plated, and honestly, the elastics match very nicely the rest of the bodysuit. So the silk is stretchy, which means it's not pure silk. It has 79% of pure silk in there, and then you have a few percent of elastane and a bit of polyester. It's a silk blend, literally, but it has a good percentage of silk, and it does behave beautifully like silk. I think it's good quality material. It just looks very good. It has a good weight to it. It's not too thin. I think it does hold the body nicely. It's definitely not shapewear though, so do not expect extreme shaping out of this bodysuit. It actually has a lot of stretch. So you can see here at the legs, it's very stretchy, but also at the back, you have a lot of stretch. So if ever you had a bigger bum than I do, you should be fine. Like, honestly, I found that this piece was meant to be quite comfortable, and if I was ever to put on weight, I think it would still fit me very nicely, at least the bottom of my body for sure. So it also has this nice luxury detailing, like silk covered under wires. It has this very nice construction of the cup with like this very strong mesh that holds things together. Like, as you can see, it's lined with mesh instead of like having a double lining of silk. The top part has, it's kind of folded, so it gives the impression of having 2 layers of silk. And the bottom has this strong mesh that I would say gives, a more sturdy shape. With this mesh, I think it does protect the way the bra fits you, so that it can hold for a long time and give you a nice shape that is controlled by the pattern and not just by the weight of your bust, basically. So it's really, really nice. It's really nicely made. The finishes are very pretty. I would say I have seen nicer finishes in the luxury industry. Like, these ones I feel are more like standards for fashion at the moment, but I'm not a seamstress, so I do not really know if it's better this way. Honestly, I think there are ways to make the inside look nicer, but it would probably make this piece even more expensive. I don't mind at all. I think this is still a pretty nice, pretty clean construction from the inside. I think this piece is really luxurious. It's really, really pretty, and the brand did, its best to give you something glamorous and well-fitting. So as you can see, the straps has this nice rush detail, and I'm really loving it. They're also very adjustable. So I remember in the past when I initially tried the brand, I found that their straps were rather long compared to what I usually prefer. But honestly, with this bodysuit, I didn't find that I had this issue. It's actually great. Like, at these settings that I put them, they work fine for me, and I could even make them tighter if I needed. I honestly don't have big fit issues with this piece. Like, I think it's very comfortable. It's actually one of my most comfortable bodysuits so far. I have other bodysuits that are made of mesh, but I would say that my main issue with bodysuit is that the torso is usually not long enough, and so this part usually becomes a thong instead of a panty, I'd say. For this bodysuit, actually, I found that it was fine, was comfortable, and although the shape of my bum usually still will make everything a little bit of a thong, but in this case, I found that it was not uncomfortable. No, really, I found that it was great, and actually, there is the possibility of adjusting the crotch area. Like, as you can see, it has like snap buttons, and you have 2 rows of snap buttons, 3 actually. And you know, I love that they used matching colorway for the snap part and the support of this part. I don't know how to call that. It's like, I really love this attention to detail. And honestly, I wear the snap button at the tightest settings. Like, I don't really need to make it longer, if that makes sense. So yeah, honestly, like, this seems to be a very secure bodysuit. It's great. It has these removable straps that also have this ruche detailing that I like a lot. To be honest, on paper, I love this kind of details just because I really wish like I had a nice suspender belt with this kind of details. However, for a bodysuit, I know I'm not gonna wear them. Like, most of the time, I just remove these kind of things from my bodysuits because I don't like the way my stockings will pull the bottom of my bodysuit when I'm gonna walk. I already know that. Plus, I really love having 6 straps instead of 4. So this is definitely not necessary for me. But it's lovely, and if you want to wear them, you can. So that's really cute. Honestly, these are really lovely straps. Like, I mean, I just love pink silk. This is really lovely. So this is how this bodysuit looks without the garter straps, and I think it's still great. I think it's still really cute. It's honestly lovely. I just love that it has all this stretch. It's just like, look at all this look at all this space for the bottom. Like, honestly, I think this is pretty wide. So it's just definitely a comfortable piece. It's not something like that's gonna restrict your body. It's not something you cannot eat with. Like, it's honestly, in terms of how it feels on the body, I love it. Now, if I have one thing I would complain about, it's mostly that the wires are wider than my preference. So because of that, and also because my bust has gotten fuller, I feel that the gore, the central part, you know, this where the wires meet, it doesn't sit flat on my sternum. So honestly, because it's a bodysuit, it's okay. Definitely it's okay because the rest of the body does the work of keeping everything in place. But for sure, if it was a bra, then it would be an issue for me. Now, honestly, it does not bother me. I think the bodysuit still manages to give me a great bust shape. It's like quite a natural kind of shape. It's natural, it's round, and it's uplifted. I don't know if you can tell. I would say that if my bust was less full in the middle, it would probably tag. It's just that I actually have very wide breasts. So definitely these kind of things will happen if the wires are not narrow enough. But I really love this piece, and I love it a lot too because the cups are not transparent. The scalloped edges of the cup are such a great detail, and it's nicely placed because the way it is, well, there is no transparency whatsoever. Like, I can wear this as outerwear and I'm not gonna shock anyone, I think. I mean, I might still shock people, but who cares? Like, honestly, I think this would be wearable. And, you know, I think with a nice bottom, a nice, I don't know, pair of pants or something would really be gorgeous for a night out or a romantic dinner or whatever, you know. So I really love this piece. I just think it's so cute, so elegant. It's just like a luxury that we don't usually get as full-busted people. So honestly, tell me what you think of this piece. Does it give you Jean-Paul Gaultier or Marie Antoinette vibes? Just like the way I feel about it? Or do you feel that something is missing for you? I'm happy I got to review it. I actually looked for a review for a long time, but the only one I got was like a quick Instagram post from another blogger, and she was saying it was not long enough for her. So if it was just for this review, I would have never tried, basically the piece. But actually it works fine for me. So honestly, I'd say if you fit into their size range and you have the type of breast shape that works with their wires, I would say go for it. Honestly, their very first designs were more fitted for people with shallower breasts, and I would say not too wide at the middle. But I think their newest styles are easier to fit in. Honestly, I really like this brand. I think they're consistently evolving and improving, and I just love what they're bringing to the table. They really have a beautiful feminine aesthetic. It's just so elegant. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. Let me know your thoughts on the Ava bodysuit, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!